FORA.tv. The world is thinking.
You know, I think one of my kind of central premises in designing games is that most people are very narcissistic. The more you can make the game about that person, the more interested, more emotionally involved they will get.
Well, isn't that also true, say, of Amazon? I mean,
yeah,
your recommendations, your store, people like you also bought.
The whole web thing. I mean, when you think about it, you know, people like the idea of communicating and crafting their own identity. Before kind of the technology that we have now came around, people did that with their choice of their wardrobe, or what kind of car they drove, or the kind of house they lived. You know, when I met you, I would, you know, immediately assume certain things about you from what you're wearing, or where you live, what's in your house. Nowadays, people are crafting more and more of their identity on the web. And it's a much lower friction. You know, you don't really have to have a lot of money to create a really, you know, dense web presence or a really elaborate one. It can also say a lot more about who you really are. If you're really about, you know, protecting the endangered ring-tailed lemurs, you're not going to communicate that to me through your wardrobe, probably, hopefully. On the web, though, you know, I go to your Facebook page, whatever, and you know, I can very clearly find out the things that you're passionately interested in very readily. And so I think the whole concept of social networking, you know, and when you think about a social network on the web, you are always the center of the social network, right? It's not, in fact, the social network of everybody in the United States or even your community. It's, you know, here's you at the center and everything flows out from you, which is pretty much our perspective on the world. You know, we are at the center of our experience. So I think that the web technologies are allowing people to think about their identity and how you communicate that in a vastly different way. And we're now starting to see kind of overlap between that virtual identity and real identities. So that things like Facebook, you know, if I look at my friends, they're mostly people that really know me and I meet in real life. And they can go to my Facebook page and meet other people maybe in the area. Mm-hmm. You know, I think we're right at the verge of where I can hold up my cell phone and point it at you and bring up your online social network profile, even if I've never met you. I mean, we have that technology pretty much almost available now. So I think the intersection of these virtual identities that we've been crafting and experimenting with is starting to intersect and collide with kind of our real face-to-face identities in the real world in an interesting way. I think games are going to be an aspect of that. They're going to be one possible dimension of your personality.